Since the beginning of human civilization, people have wondered, where are we in the universe? To answer this question, early astronomers have made systematic observations of the sky, and it seems like the universe is revolving around us. Therefore, it is nature to have the geocentric idea. Geocentric model was perfected by Ptolemy in 2nd century Egypt. For each of the planets, Ptolemy imagined one large circle around Earth called the deferent. A point on this deferent revolved around the Earth, but that point wasn't the planet. The planet itself was on a second circle called an epicycle, centered on that point. Each planet orbited along its epicycle, while the epicycle orbited along its deferent. Eventually, the motion described by geocentric theory is very complicated. However, it still cannot explain some certain tracks of planets observed by people. The heliocentric model is not only simple, but also more accurate. This theory is proposed by Copernicus. Actually, heliocentric model is not only developed by Copernicus himself, but also Tycho, Galileo, and Kepler. The heliocentric model and the geocentric model both attempt to describe the same motions of celestial bodies within the solar system. The reason for the existence of differences is that motion is measured relative to a reference. Consequently, different references yield different results. So that, it's not the battle between right and wrong, but two different perspectives to understand our world. Besides, we must notice that the heliocentric model is simple only when we stare at the sky to describe the motion of planets. If we want to launch a shuttle or a spaceship, the easiest and most useful reference is still the Earth. From a physical perspective, the Sun exerts a dominant gravitational influence on the solar system, so other planets need to orbit around it. That is because the Sun contains the largest mass in the solar system, and mass causes gravity, which controls the movements of the solar system. It is a pity that not everyone sees this thing as a scientific problem. In history, many scientists were persecuted by the Catholic Church, such as Bruno and Galileo. The reason is that the geocentric theory was accepted by the Catholic Church because it coincided with the biblical texts that placed man as the central figure of divine creation. The Church taught that God put Earth at the center of the universe, which made Earth special and powerful. In addition, the king was the leader of the government at that time, and one could only ascend to the throne as king after being formally crowned by a pope, thereby granting the Catholic Church supremacy. Thus, Catholic officials feared that heliocentric ideas would threaten the powerful influence of the Church. To promote Church's authority, Galileo was put on trial, forced to recant his theories, and placed under house arrest for the rest of his life. Worsley, Bruno was tried for heresy and burned at the stake. As a result, people who believe in the heliocentric model do not dare to introduce their thoughts to public. Fortunately, private right has been seen as a fundamental factor in modern times. People have free speech and have access to all the information they could ever want, which has greatly contributed to the development of science. And thanks to advances in science and technology, we also know that Earth and its solar system are part of the Milky Way galaxy, which is one of many galaxies in the universe.